Confrontation is the worst. We've all had times when we've either had to confront someone or be the one that's being confronted. I hate when I have to confront someone. Before the actual confrontation, I usually imagine every possible worst-case scenario. Hey, question. What are you doing? Reading. Cool. Hey, so I was wondering if I could ask you about what happened the other day. You see, it kind of hurt. Where did you get that knife? So after I expect the worst, I start getting really nervous. Lately, it's been taking the form of my body temperature dropping, so I start shaking, and then I start getting extremely parched. You thirsty? And I'm pretty sure my hesitation with conflict comes from the fact that my parents were so bad at it. Anytime they would have the slightest bit of conflict, they would start shouting, it would start getting really personal, insults were just going back and forth. It makes a lot of sense that I hate conflict because my main models of what conflict should look like were just so bad at it. And if you hate conflict, I can totally understand. It's not something that I'm 100% comfortable with. However, one thing that I've learned is that you will have conflict. Sometimes it'll be with a coworker or a stranger even, but oftentimes it's with the people that we love, our family, our close friends. Now, I'm no master of conflict or confrontation, however, I've definitely learned a lot over the past few years, especially through my mistakes. And so, here are some things for you to remember for the next time you have conflict. So first, if you have one takeaway from this entire video, it's this. So listen up. Conflict isn't finding out who's right and who's wrong in a situation. Rarely is someone 100% right in a conflict and the other person is 100% wrong. Try to objectively look at the situation, and if you can't in the heat of the moment, then step back and wait till things cool down. Take time and evaluate your role in a situation. Identify ways that you could have handled things differently or done things better. That might mean learning how to listen to your friend or learning how to communicate things better or clearer. You don't need to try to prove to someone that you're right about a situation. Instead, try finding mutual benefit. That's what makes conflict healthy. Another big step to healthy conflict is approaching that conversation with the intention of understanding their perspective of the situation. Instead of assuming what someone's intention is, if you ask them open-ended questions, you're going to be able to understand the situation a lot more objectively and know how to talk to them and know how to move on from this point. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into conflict interpreting something wrong or misunderstanding what someone said or how they said it. However, when I've approached it just trying to understand the other person's perspective, it oftentimes illuminates a much different issue than I was even expecting. It sucks when you have conflict of something that's really personal, like they said something that hurt you or they did something that hurt you. However, if you're able to calmly just step back and ask them to explain their side of things, it can usually just change the whole conversation. Because no longer are they feeling defensive, they see that you're actually interested in wanting to, resolve this and get through this. Once you figure out what the root of the problem is, stick to it. Don't try to attack them or put them on the defensive. Let's say you have a really messy roommate who never washes the dishes that they've used. Instead of approaching the conversation like, hey, you're a slob and you never clean up after yourself and you're just a mess and your life is a mess. Instead, try understanding why they don't clean up after themselves. Once you kind of get that idea, then try helping them understand why washing the dishes helps not only you, but helps everyone in the house. If you make a personal, attacking statement, they're immediately going to go on the defensive. However, if you kind of point to this objective, thing that needs to be addressed, it's more of like, hey, yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right. This situation does need to be fixed. And finally, one of my biggest pet peeves in general is when someone approaches you with something that needs to be fixed, however, they offer you no real solution on how to fix it, or they don't even really show any interest in trying to help you fix that problem. Basically, you're the worst person in the world. Good luck trying to fix that. Jace, I know I just gave you something nearly impossible to face on your own. However, we walk two different paths. You must do this on your own now. You suck. I'm just saying. People who do that are not really being your friend. Going back to the messy roommate, instead of just being like, hey, stop being messy, try sitting down with them and coming up with a plan in order to maybe share the duties of cleaning the dishes or whatever the problem is. But sit down with them and try figuring out a resolution. Healthy conflict should be approached with the purpose of strengthening your friend and helping them be the best them that they can be. You're seeing a defect in your friend's armor and you're not just pointing at it saying, hey, there's a problem here. You're living life alongside them and you're strengthening them and forging something that's going to be much stronger, that's going to actually protect them and help them in the battlefield that is life. And okay, that might have been a bit of a dramatic statement. However, my point is that when you are strengthening your friend, you are also going to be strengthened in the process. So conflict can suck, but it doesn't have to. The times where I've had good, healthy conflict have usually resulted in just having deeper and deeper friendships. It's important to have people in your life who are willing to ask you the tough questions and are willing to approach you, who have your best interest in their mind. And when you find those friends who are willing to have tough conversations with you and confront you because they love you and they want you to be the best you that you can be, make sure you hold on to those friends. They don't come every day. So if you've ever had conflict, you should probably share, like, and comment on this video. Maybe even share this video with friends who you like their conflict style or you need to have conflict with them because they just won't pick up their dishes. And now, I can understand if you have some conflict with me because I actually haven't been posting many videos recently, so if you have any suggestions for some future videos, I'm trying to both do comic and maybe some non-comic related videos like this one, so if you like this type of video, you should definitely tell me, and then maybe suggest a topic that you would like to be addressed. Unless it's about me not picking up my dishes, in which case, I promise I'm going to get it done. See you later, friends.